26th, get an Audio Choice Contour digital hearing aid for only $4.95. Hurry to any Miracle Ear or Sears Hearing Center location today. Hear the holidays better this year with Miracle Ear.
Don't miss Symbols of Power, Napoleon and the Art of the Empire Style at the Museum of Fine Arts, Boston. Visit mfa.org.
Laughter and tears in the pages of these next two selections. One book details a mother's struggles as she raises her developmentally son.
And the other finds the fun in philosophy. Yes, you heard that correctly. Fun in philosophy. Tom Cathcart of Sandwich, he's the tall one, and Dan Klein of Great Barrington, he's the other one, became best friends during their days as Harvard philosophy students.
We've kept up that friendship over the years, and we've talked about philosophy, we've told each other a lot of jokes, and so one day...
Put them together?
What do you got?
A book, that's what. Understanding Philosophy Through Jokes.
It started with a joke. I'd like to tell that joke. A guy is in bed with his best friend's wife when they hear a car pull up in the driveway. They recognize that it's the husband's car. So the guy jumps out of bed and he runs to the closet and closes the door just in time. The husband is walking in the door. He saunters over to the closet to hang up his coat. He opens the door and there's his friend Lou standing there stark naked. And he says, "Lou, what are you doing here?" And Lou says, "Everybody's got to be somewhere."
That's the philosopher Hegel, by the way, but you'll have to read the book for the explanation. Turns out philosophy and humor have a lot in common.
Both of them play a little kind of trick on your mind. They lead you down one path and then all of a sudden jump out of the system. You know, what we call nowadays thinking outside.
Take a look at paragraph 3.
That he's the smart one, but I'm the funny one.
Their own out-of-the-box thinking landed these old friends an unexpected bestseller, and the perks that go with it.
And so now we have certain things, like I get more respect around the house. In my little town, I get more respect. We have more money than we used to. And I said to Tom, God, and I'm 68 years old, and he's 67. I said, if this had happened to me when I was younger, I would have been unbearable.
Barely bearable now.
But worse, I'm telling you.
Klein actually wrote comedy for a while.
You really think this is funny?
His father was making jokes even as he went into a nursing home.
Did do this because it was reported to me by the nurse. She had fluffed up his pillows and said to him, "Are you comfortable, Mr. Klein?" And he said, "I make a living."
After a lifetime of laughter, book number 2 is about to be published, Aristotle and the Ark. And what does humor tell us about Aristotle? Take it away, Tom.
Aristotle said that everything has a telos, and that's sort of its inner aim, like the telos of an acorn is oak tree. That's what it's striving to be. Ta-da!
So, Mrs. Goldstein is taking her grandson out to the beach. They're having a nice time when all of a sudden this huge wave. Am I telling the right story?
That's the wrong joke.
It's the wrong joke. Cut! A woman, Mrs. Goldstein again, is wheeling her 2 grandchildren down the street. And a friend comes up and says, "How old are they?" And she says, "Well, the lawyer is 5 and the doctor is 7.
Their telos.
That's their telos. She sees it already. I'm sorry about that. Cut!
In 1985, Claire Dunsford and her husband Harry Mannion were on top of her PhD in English, and Harry's law practice was flourishing. And they had their first child, a boy, JP.
One minute you're part of the vast majority of people, and life is, pretty golden. And the next minute, you're on the other side.
JP was 6 months old when his parents realized something was not quite right.
He was always on the borderline of something to worry about, but his development was slightly delayed at each step. But I think the thing that most worried me was his failure to speak. I was waiting. Everyone waits for your baby's first word. I mean, that's such an exciting milestone. And although he made noises, he didn't babble in the way the baby books described.
For the next 6 years, they searched for answers.
we had gone through a series of 5 doctors. By doctor number 5, we were very frustrated.